I'm going to the Brisbane International Tennis in Brisbane, and I'm going to have a great time.
You are. You're going with Emma. You're going to have an awesome time. Good on ya. Big sportsman, used to play tennis, fixtures, everything all the time. Awesome. You're going to have a great time.
Every day is a great day.
So this morning, Steve was very excited. He's headed off to the Brisbane International Tennis. This happens in January every year, or the end of December into January. And he sees a lot of the international players. And I think Kyrgios is playing, and I've lost track of a lot of them now. I went quite a few years ago. His dad shouted the whole family as a Christmas present to the tennis in Brisbane. And I saw my favourite Federer. So I'm done for life. I've seen Feds. I'm happy. So I'm really happy for Steve. He's gone with Emma, and they're down there for the weekend, and they're going to have a fabulous time. They're off to the tennis tomorrow. They're doing other things today. Something to do with the Titanic show or something. I haven't heard of that, but apparently it's really good. So they're doing that. And yeah, he was very excited. For Christmas, we only sort of buy small things for Chrissy, sometimes just stocking fillers. Sorry about that, I knocked the table. And for Christmas this year, I bought him his very own suitcase. And the reason why I'm laughing is because the suitcases we have, I like them, but they're a dusty pink. And he's had to take the smaller suitcase of our dusky pink set with him before. Not very masculine, but he took it nonetheless. And this time he's got his very masculine, black, trendy suitcase. It's small, compact, but fits heaps, and it's just ideal for what he needs. So he was so excited about it. He kept going on about it and talking about it all the time. And every now and again he'd say, "I love my suitcase." And I said, "Oh, that's good, Dum." So I'm very excited for him. It's sort of bittersweet. We so miss having our holidays together. We so miss going away together. We used to love it so much, and it's just not possible anymore without help. And we appreciate the help, but it is just not the same anymore. And we're both feeling it very much. But we're just trying to make the most of life now, and trying to think on the positive side of things. Oh, Betty sneezed. You right, darling? You right? So this weekend it's just Betty and I, and it's very, very hot. I don't know what it's like where you are. Let me know where you are and what the temperature's like. You probably some of you might be in the snow. I know my cousin in Canada, they've had really good snow, very white Christmas. But it's just, yeah, it's difficult. So I'm having a couple of days at home with Betty, doing things that I love to do without any interruptions. Whether that sounds selfish or not, I don't think it is. I think it's just every now and again I like some time out, and I think Steve needs that time out from me as well. So as much as we would love to be doing all this together. So I am going to be bringing you bits and pieces in this video and just explain a few things too, why we continue to do this YouTube channel and what is coming up and the reasons behind it. But this is what we're putting in. I want to just talk to you about what our thoughts are and where we go from here into the new year of 2025. So this will be the last video of 2024. And so I'd like to explain to you just what sort of things that we are thinking of doing in 2025 and why. Okay, so back in April 20th actually, one of our grandson's birthday, we were talking, and Steve had actually, we've been talking about it for a little while, but Steve had actually been talking about how he wanted to just treat every day so positively, and he has done for quite a while. He has an amazing attitude going through this ridiculous, horrible disease, and he never gives up. He's always trying to enhance the next stage, because there are stages, and as it progresses, but he is always trying to enhance that and trying to beat that. He keeps saying he's going to beat it, and I know it's not going to be beatable, but he has certainly put a lot of effort into eating healthy and exercise, and just his mindset, everything, all that combined has helped him so much to slow down this dreaded disease. We really believe that. We see it. The doctors have seen it. The neurologists have seen it. They're all commenting on how it is definitely helping. The neurologist said, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. So we take that as really good advice, because others are seeing it, not just us. So it's not just us saying this is what we're doing and thinking it's working. It is definitely working. And if you'd watched the last video, you would see the improvement just in 2 weeks of being in the pool, how that helped with his stability. So as I said, we started this in April last year. Now April this year. The idea then was knowing that there are so many people out there who are going through a similar thing, a lot worse than what Steve's going through. Sometimes I wonder how that's possible, but there are a lot of people a lot worse, because he's still getting up every day and eating and all the rest of it. So he is aware of that. I'm aware of it. The whole family is aware of it, that there are people out there suffering big time and not getting the help that they need as well. We sort of felt at the time, well, Steve brought the subject up, maybe we can do, because we're watching YouTubes and we love watching people's stories on YouTube and how they improve on their life, homesteading. We love how to build a chook pen at the time. That's what's happening, because we were building our chook pen, which is working really well now. All sorts of things we look up just to see how other people are doing things. And he said, why don't we start a YouTube channel? And then we talked about it, and he said, well, we should do one on what I'm doing. And because he's had a few years, would it be about 4 or 5 years now, of him, it was 3 years ago that he started with his carer. And before that, we were walking all the time and eating really well and all the rest of it, eating healthy as possible. And we felt that was helping. But when Hammer came along and he was able then to take him to the gym and do all those extra things, we could see things happening. And so, and people commented all the time. And I'd put videos up on Facebook and of different things that he was doing that was helping him improve, or at least improve, really, because he'd be really low and then he'd do something and it would help him bounce back. So we sort of got thinking and thought, well, if we do a video of the same sort of thing, posting the videos that we normally post on Facebook, post them on YouTube, and talk to people and let them know what we're doing combined to help Steve. And just so that this may help, even if it helps one other person. And we've had some really good feedback. We had feedback from a person just recently who was diagnosed quite young, but he's still okay. It's just that his older brother got Huntington's, and so he went to get checked, and he had the gene, but he's still okay. But he is physically okay, but mentally it really, really, really rocked him, as you could imagine. And so he is being encouraged by Steve's videos. It's helping him feel better and not to be stressed and down and depressed about it all. So these are the sort of people we're reaching out to, whether it's Huntington's or something else that they're struggling with. And this is the reason why we put this video together. So that's what we've been doing all these months. And then someone said to us, so what's your big motive for pushing forward with this? And we sort of had talked about it and said, well, we want to, obviously we all want to find a cure, and obviously that costs money and research and everything, and we have been studying that more and more and looking into it more and more as to the research that is going in that we weren't aware of, not as much as we would like though, and not as much as a lot of people would like. It's unrecognised. A lot of people have never heard of Huntington's, like all the other things they hear of, but they haven't heard of Huntington's. So awareness is our big thing. And to make awareness, we have to get the word out so much more, which is quite obvious that that's what making awareness is, just reaching out to people all over the world, not just Australia, but all over the world, because this is something that, you know, has started overseas and genetically has grown and grown and grown. And so we need to promote our YouTube channel so that the word gets out there, so people see these videos of Steve and what he's doing, because it's going to encourage others. It may even encourage people who are researching and doing experiments to see that these things are important in the whole process, the whole combination of medicinal help, medicinal as in natural medicine as well as medicines, and all the different things that go along with it, all the exercise, diet, all the rest of it, antioxidants, naturopathic methods, homeopathic methods, just all those things we think are so important. And so we feel by getting it out there to not just thousands, not just millions, but billions of people, to show them that it can be done. It can be handled in a more positive way. It can be looked on in a more positive way. And look, if it helps a handful of people to start with, that's great. But how amazing would it be to reach out to billions and help them in some way, whether it's a small way or a big way, but at least in some positive way, help them to go forward and not backward with this disease. So that sort of brings me to my next point. You probably hear me and see me posting when I'm posting on Instagram or on my YouTube or on Facebook or any of the social media platforms. We need you to subscribe. It is so important to subscribe, because we need 1,000 subscribers, plus we need you to watch our videos. We'd love you to watch from beginning to end. I know it's not always possible, and some things may not relate to you, so maybe you don't want to watch the end of it. I don't know, but that's something that we would really appreciate if you could watch our videos. And I've sort of said to people, even if you watch them and you're doing things, but you're listening and hearing what's going on, you can still hear the videos. Because the watch time, we have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewing hours. That's a lot. So it's going to take us a while to get it up to the 4,000 viewing hours. Not viewers, but viewing hours. So that's people sitting there watching our videos for as long as possible. So they're the two things that we need to monetize our YouTube, so that we can then get out there, expose it more, to make awareness. You want to go out, Dan? Okay, hold on. My puppy dog wants to go outside. Here you go. So this is a sort of thing, I don't like begging people for things, and I don't want people to think that we're just in this to make money or anything. That's not the issue here. The issue is that so many people have said to us, I've never heard of Huntington's. What's Huntington's? We don't go a week without someone saying that to us. So that's how little people know. And even if they've heard of it, they don't know what it is and what's involved in this. It's a horrible disease. It eventually takes away all your outer physical workings. Your brain is still locked in this body that's not working. And so as a family, because the disease is 50-50 every generation, of course it concerns us. So in saying that, yes, it concerns us greatly as a family. We have 3 daughters married to 3 beautiful son-in-laws and 10 grandchildren. Of course it concerns us. So as a grandmother and a grandfather, we want to, while we are able, we want to do as much as possible to get the word out, make awareness, and hopefully find a cure. If not a cure, hopefully a way of slowing it down considerably. We have found a way of slowing it down to a certain degree, but we need a lot more progress with this. We need a lot more awareness worldwide. We need a lot more research, not just fun runs and things making money. They all help, but we need a lot of other aspects to it too. And as much as I want to be involved in that sort of thing as well. But at the moment, we see this as a way of reaching out, making awareness, getting the word out there, and hopefully then start getting more and more results. So that's the idea behind all of this. And I know a lot of you haven't understood that to this point, and it's not your fault. It's because I haven't explained it properly. But I've had a few friends over lately, and they've been asking questions. And when I tell them that, they're going, oh, well, how can I help? Well, simply by subscribing, 1, and 2, watching our videos as much as possible. They're the 2 things all we ask for. That's the way you can support us as much as possible. We would appreciate that. We're asking that, we're not telling you. But as a wife of a person who has it, and a mother of children where it's possible, of grandchildren where it's possible, and their children and generations on, I'm okay because I don't carry the gene. It's not in my bloodline. But they're all affected. And they're not, it's not to say that they'll all get Huntington's, and hopefully none of them will. But as a mother, I'm pushing for this. And you might think I'm pushing a lot and I'm annoying and I'm in your face all the time. But it comes from this heart of mine who wants to find a way to help. When Steve's mum got Huntington's, there was no knowledge. If there might have been little knowledge in Canada or America and places like that. But there was very little. We had never heard of it. I had never heard of Huntington's. His grandma was sick, I know, but I didn't even know she had Huntington's, his gran. So poor old mum had to suffer so much. And in that one generation, that one, like Steve's mum to Steve now, at the same age, or similar age to when she really got ill, Steve is so much further ahead. And that's from doing research. I have done nothing but research since he got diagnosed, and had the help from a lot of people, like our doctor back then. He's not around anymore. He's retired. Our naturopath, Roy, is absolutely amazing. Hammer, our carer, he is just doing all he can to help Steve. Steve's physio, sports care physio at Kawana, Adam, is amazing. His heart is in it, and he wants to help Steve. And so many more people. And all the research I'm doing with what he eats and what we grow that is more organic and just available. Just at the moment, I mean, eggs are so scarce and so expensive when we have chooks now. And it doesn't cost much to feed them. And we're getting all these beautiful eggs, fresh eggs. So these are all the things that we're trying to do now, but we want to do more. And we want help to do more. So I hope I have opened up something in your mind to show you exactly why we're doing this channel. Exactly why we keep pushing it, and we keep putting it on Facebook and putting it on Instagram and on my story and on YouTube and talking about it all the time, because it is our life now. We don't get out and have social life or go on holidays like other people. We don't get the chance to do that anymore. And sure, Steve goes and has his great times, weekends, and bless him, he should too. But as a couple, we can't go and do those things anymore. But that's okay, because Yes, I miss them, and I'd love to be able to do them with my man right now because we used to absolutely love it. But if I was to sit home and do nothing and just whinge about being the wife of someone who has to care for her husband 24/7 with Huntington's, what's that going to do? So I'm not prepared to just sit home and whinge about it. Yes, I have my moments where I really don't think it's fair and I get annoyed, and then I get over it and think, well, hold on a minute. There's people out there a lot worse, and maybe we can help those people too, just by having this YouTube channel and talking to them and showing them what we're doing. I hope it gets to a point where there's so much more we can do to help others out there. I really do. But right now we just need your help. So those two things, subscribe and watch as much as you can to get the viewing hours up there. We would love that so much. We would appreciate that so much. And it would just make Steve so happy, because bit by bit his disease is taking hold. I'm actually looking at learning sign language now so that I can continue to communicate with my husband. I'm still looking at all sorts of things in the way of food groups and things that I can give him to help him, not just mentally, but also like things within his muscle power and to help him not have as many falls or injuries from falls and things like that. So these are all the things that we are doing daily, and we're not just out there going to the beach. We can't go to the beach anymore because it's too hard for Steve to walk down the beach. If we go to the beach, it's just me and Betty, which we might do tomorrow. Might take her for a walk. But yeah, we can't just go out to the restaurant and have dinner. It's just too difficult, and Steve, he can't eat all the food that's there as well. Finds some things quite difficult to eat now. He goes to the movies. That's great with Hammer. That's something he can do. He loves that. So we're finding all the things he can still do, and we're just making the most of it. I hope that I have explained this properly without making it look like we're just forcing you to do something that is not important. I hope that that's not what you think. It brings me to tears every day that my man is suffering from this. It brings me to tears nearly every day that so many others are too. But it also makes me so happy in my heart to think that I have a husband who cares enough to want to help others in his situation, similar situations, or a lot worse. He's not just sitting there dwelling on the fact he has Huntington's, moping around and doing nothing. He's getting out there and he's living every moment of every day. And the least that I can do is encourage him and get behind him and grant his wishes. And this YouTube channel was his wish, and he just is all the time asking about what more we can do. So I hope you understand that, and we appreciate your support. We appreciate your good wishes. We appreciate all those who are helping. We appreciate our friends. We appreciate so much our family. We have an amazing family who just encourage us and help us in so many ways. So bless you all, and I hope that I have made this point strong in your hearts, because that's what it's all about.